Hello, Mr. Shen. Or should I say, Officer Shen. The last cup I had in this chair lasted almost 48 hours. Would you like to try for a new record?
Hey, howdy, hey, Triad members, Wolfman 47 Dash here. Not quite like The Last of Us Part 2 last week, unless I've already changed the video, in which case you would have seen it. But anyway, um, the this part of Sleeping Dogs I couldn't record because, as a result of moving things from one hard drive to an SSD drive on my computer just to make things go faster and make things more quieter, I kind of lost the data for Sleeping Dogs, which meant that I've lost all my main story data. I've lost the DLC data from the DLC I played in the last video. And when I launched it basically said you need to do a first time setup. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do that. And then yeah, it just said you've lost all the data. So yeah, it's one of those times where a Steam game for some reason doesn't store its data on the cloud or doesn't store the data on the computer when you move stuff around, and on this occasion that was the problem I had. Fortunately, it's not affected all my games, so Last of Us Part 2 still has its save files. Um, yeah, Last of Us Part 2 still has all its saves. Kingdom Hearts still has all its saves, or obviously you would have known that if you saw the video yesterday. I've yet to check Wonderlands and Uncharted. Uncharted's on the PlayStation 5, so I don't need to worry about that. As is Sackboy. So yeah, as is Sackboy, unless I've already finished that game as well by the time you've seen this video. So yeah. So what I've decided to do for Sleeping Dogs is rather than try and do the game again, as I've already played the main story and as I've already played and completed the main story, I've decided I'm not going to continue with the game because, as you know, usually when I get to the DLC parts, I don't really want to spend too long on the DLC parts because I want to start another game sooner rather than later. So on this occasion, I've decided that's what I'm going to do. But basically, what would have happened in the DLC had I decided to continue the DLC, although if I've not, although by the time, although, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Give me a moment. So, if by this point that I decide to do the DLC again, then this video will obviously be deleted. But if you're seeing this video now, it means I've decided I'm not going to continue the DLC. I'm just going to play a different game altogether. Having set up a poll, just decided to revisit a game I've done previously. So yeah, that's where I am with this game. But while I'm here, let's review Sleeping Dogs anyway. While we're here. So yeah, you've seen me play the game, and it's pretty much as standard of an open world sandbox game as you can get. You know, with different activities to do, different different collectibles to find. Two types of main missions. So there's the blue folder one, which is basically just being a cop, and then there's the green shield one where you're doing stuff with the triad, although they kind of intertwine at moments. And I like the soundtrack. I like how the developers made an effort to ensure that, in a similar vein to the Assassin's Creed games or the early Assassin's Creed games, they decided to implement characters basically talking in English, but also on occasion changing some words from English to I'm gonna assume it's either Chinese or Japanese in this game. I'm not too sure. I'm not all that fluent or familiar with the language in the sort of eastern part of the world. But anyway, here's what it is. So yeah, and I have played both DLCs and I thought they were really good. So I think overall, Sleeping Dogs, even though it is a dated game because it does have a few gameplay mechanics that would probably be dated by now, it is what it is. It's a fun game. It's a game that implements all sorts of things. It lets you drive, lets you ram people, lets you do activities, lets you fight with guns and fists, and the rest of it. And it's also one of the few times where you can actually play the character without a shirt or without trousers on, and basically just run around in your boxers. Very few games that allow you to customize your character, whether it's a user created character or in this case a character that's part of the game. Very few times are you able to play a character without any clothes, and usually I do that when they have no value apart from being sort of a good cosmetic thing. So yeah, because I just like doing that for a bit, for some shits and giggles. Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna give Sleeping Dogs an 8 out of 10. It's not my favourite open world sandbox game, but it's definitely one that is a good sort of change of pace from some of the more popular, more well known and beloved open world sandbox games. And I wish it had a sequel. I know it kind of sort of did have a sequel in the form of this online game called Triad Wars, but nothing else to it. But yeah, it is what it is. I really enjoyed playing it, and a shame that I couldn't get the data to load. Yeah, it's a shame I couldn't get the data recovered, but it is what it is. But yeah, as I said, if you don't see this video, then it means that I've decided to revisit the DLC, or I've started playing another game altogether. But if you are seeing this video, it means that I've decided to not play the game anymore and just just start a new game, which obviously will be in August at some point. So yeah, but anyway, that's all I've got to say. So thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe if you can, please. Those of you new to my channel, I would usually do gameplay videos like this on a Monday and Tuesday, but obviously today, because I couldn't recover the data, it is what it is. So yeah, but yeah, I would always do a gameplay video where it's straight gameplay, nothing else, usually following a long game, but through a series of videos. Either in a gameplay form where it's just no commentary, I just do the game and that's it, or I do it in Let's Play form, which I usually do on a Wednesday with random games. So yeah, and I also do vlogs where I talk about things in where I explore, review, and pay tribute to different things. Rant on live, do hauls, do kind of sort of top 10s, and other things as well, and also do occasional shorts too. See you in the next one. Peace to all. And I usually wouldn't do video, and if you're new to the channel, I usually don't do videos with my top off, but because I'm recording this on a very hot day, I have to cool down. So yeah, but anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed watching the series of videos I did on Sleeping Dogs. I'm sorry it's not ended in a way that I would have wanted it to end, with a video saying that I've lost all the data, so I can't continue. But yeah, it is what it is. And hopefully, whatever I play next on a Tuesday will be a game that I will remember to sort of ensure that the data's there and everything. And yeah, usually the data would have saved on the Steam cloud, or if not on the Steam cloud, then locally somewhere. But clearly, the local thing couldn't be transferred to the SSD for whatever reason. So yeah, but anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, and yeah. Toodles, and see you in the next game, whatever it may be.
Shit! I shouldn't have spent that money!